If you can see me, hello. I'm having a great time in this snowstorm. Far out. Holy. It's getting out of hand. Hello everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel. It's just me again, going out for a solo camp. Once again, there's snow coming in the forecast, so I had to pack up the bag quick and get on up into the hills. It's a 600 metre or so slog straight up the mountain for this one, and I'm back in more of my usual spot, which is nice, but should be around about maybe 20-25 centimeters of snow coming in from this evening and through to the morning. So best to get up into the mountains, collect heaps of firewood and get all set up before the bad weather comes in. We've got the Nemo Kunai tent, which should be fun, and the massive sleeping bag again. But just got to crack on with this climb and I'll come back to you further up. But thanks for tuning in, should be a good one. Made it up onto the tops. Took me roughly about 2 hours. The sky's pretty dark and there's quite a lot of snow on the hills and a bit on the ground. I think there's a little bit of snow last night, but there's kind of dark clouds coming and going through here with snow falling in them. But pretty close to campsite now, so I'll work my way in there and then look for the ultimate little pitch. Might go back to a spot where I was before, but better get the tent up fast before more of these drifts of snow come in and it sets in proper. I've made it into camp. It's going to be pretty cold in this spot. There's already like a nice little film of snow on the ground. It's pretty shady in here, but I think I'll be able to get the tarp set up nice and the tent configured well in this little area. And there's heaps of firewood here, so yeah, better get the tent pitched. It's already dropping fast in temperature. You can see there's little spits of snow coming down, and I can see back in the mountains they're really dark and there's a front coming in. So quickly get the tent up and try to get warm, but should be a good camp. Got the Nemo Kunai 2P out again. Haven't had this little tent out in a while. It's quite a little beauty. Should be quite nice up in the snow here. Started to fall down pretty steady now. But yeah, it's freezing cold. I've got to finish getting set up and get the tarp up and then get a hot drink on. Might have to put my down jacket on before that. But this tent's pretty easy to set up, so not too bad. But I'll get on with guying it all out and then configure the tarp. I'll come back to you when I'm having a hot drink, I think. Snow's coming in. Woohoo! Wow, there's a bit more snow coming down than I thought there was going to be at this point. I got the tarp set up all right. It's going to accumulate pretty bad on the top of it, but I'll just be able to knock it off for now. But I think I can roll this vestibule door back, give myself some more room. All right, I'm gonna get some stuff into the tent. Got this big Agnes Cinnabar again. I'm happy I took this because it's going to be freezing tonight. Alright, time to get a cup of tea on. It's freezing cold, probably have to put my puffer jacket on too. But there's quite a lot of snow coming down, you can probably see it falling. And it's... whoa! It's accumulating all over my tarp, but I'll sort that out later. It's giving me pretty good protection now. The wind's kind of coming in that way. And it's already starting to pile up pretty heavily on the beech trees. But yeah, I need a hot drink, so I'll get that on, and then, you know the drill, it's probably get firewood, but it's still pretty early in the day, but I want to have a big fire tonight and probably tomorrow morning. But I'm freaking out a bit because if it keeps snowing like this, I'm going to get stuck here. But oh well, she'll be right, mate. Quite a bit of snow coming down. Oh, this coffee's good. The temperature, I don't know what it is. I didn't bring a thermometer, but holy cow, it's cold. And the snow is just coming in huge chunks. I got set up just in time. Man, there's already probably been like 5 centimeters of snow maybe, I don't know. Piling up so quick on the beech leaves. And I'm gonna have to get firewood. Oh, why do I do this? Alright, the snow's coming down super thick. I don't know, already there's maybe like 10 centimeters or something. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this fire pit just down here for the perfect position for my tarp. And then I'm going to try and get some firewood because it's real cold. I'm going to try and do this without getting too wet. So I'll just move slowly and won't go crazy and get all sweaty. But I'll get this fire pit in under the tarp and then I'll start getting some sticks. But it's just coming down so thick. No! Right, I've got a pretty good wood pile and I got some sticks. This should keep me going for quite a while, and I can always go get some more because it's still pretty early. But I want to get this going now and just have a small fire for now, build some coals up and relax a bit because that was hard work doing all that. The snow's still falling quite nicely, but I can see a little bit of blue sky out there. So not sure if it's going to clear up for a little bit or not, but get the fire going, probably have a hot drink and sort out camp. There's a wicker stalking, got to be careful now. You see that wicker? I'm going to have to be on high alert now for the rest of the camp, because this little creature is going to be following me around, trying to steal my food. If he gets my crumpets for breakfast, I'm going to be livid. Look at this neat wood pile, all ready to go. I might need to get more wood, just some big logs. Sit out by the fire all night, have a fire for breakfast, but oh, it'll be nice just to chill for a bit and get this going. It's so nice to have this little fire going. You probably see a wicker behind me stalking around the tent. I've got to be really careful that that doesn't come in and take any of my food. I'd be distraught. But the snow's kind of falling again. But I think, I mean, I don't know what the time is. The phone's in the tent. This amount of wood should keep me going for a while. I mean, it's a pretty big pile. It's quite neat and tidy. Thumbs up and subscribe for big tidy wood pile and big tidy stick pile. I'm really upping my game because I know you guys like a tidy campsite, so I'm trying to deliver on the ultimate camping experience. Oh, but I'm set up pretty good now. I think I'll have a cup of tea, just chill out and relax for a bit, make sure this fire's going real good. But what a camp so far. So much heavy snow, it's been awesome. Oh man, the fire's drying me out. Oh. I didn't bring biscuits this time. I got Bounty Bar to have with my tea. You can see some blue sky up there, and the fire's melting all the water, all the snow off the beech trees. Right, I've gotten changed into my dry clothes and back into my down jacket. The wind's picking up a bit and it's blowing all the snow off the trees. The fire's going pretty good though, and I just went out and checked outside the trees and it looks like some more snow's on the way. But that's all good because we're nicely set up, warm and dry. So yeah, just chill by the fire, keep things under control, maybe have another cup of tea or a whiskey. Yum. Alright, it's time for a little drink. I brought this along. A bit of a treat. I've been laying off the booze a bit on my camps, if you've noticed, but this is a custom flask that my brother gave me for my wedding. And I've got some whiskey in there. I think it's called Talisker. I'm not a whiskey fanatic, so not sure exactly what it is, but it does taste nice and spicy. So me and Victoria both have one of these flasks each. We actually last had them on the channel, I think, when we were up here in that big snowstorm camp. But cheers everyone. Gonna have a little drink and enjoy the campfire and a reward for my hard work. Oh man, it always tastes so much nicer when you're up in the hills. In the last video, the snowstorm camp, not the one on the tops with Tony, but before, in this spot, we said that the alcohol warms you up, and I got so many people in the comments saying, alcohol doesn't warm you up. It was called sarcasm. It's a New Zealand thing. It's a joke. Satire. I know it doesn't warm you up, but man, it warms you up good. Drinking alcohol when it's freezing cold, it just puts this nice warmth through my body. Good swig. It's gonna go straight to my brain, but that's alright. Oh, what a reward. Really liking the setup in the Nemo Kunai tent. I call it the Kunai pig. It's a type of pig. You guys probably know that, but this tent's fun. I can't wait to sleep in it tonight. I'll give you the full tent tour later and show you my real nice setup. But the tent just looks so nice amongst the snow and the beech trees. Just stands out, the bright orange colour. Oh man, I can feel that whiskey in my belly warming me up. Whoa. Wind's coming up a bit. I brought my plate this time. Bit of luxury. I think after the last camp, I realised 125 grams for the plate is probably worth it. I'm just softening the buns, the brioche buns off with the steam of the meat patties because they're kind of frozen. And I got an absolute ton of Waddy's tomato sauce to put all over the burgers. But yeah, forgot the cheese. Tony just messaged me because I told him I was having burgers and I had Waddy's sauce, and he said I should try Heinz, and Waddy's is disgusting. So, you know, I'll give it a go, but Waddy's is a New Zealand classic and I quite like it. It's very sweet, rich, tomatoey, but I'm always down to try new things, so we'll see. So absolutely smother the base with sauce. And I think these should be done. I never really know. I like to just give them a big old cook. Yeah, they look done. Get the patty on and give it a bit more sauce. And get the next one. Yeah, they're nice and caramelized. And look at that. It's way better having a plate. I can assemble these burgers in style. They're so juicy. I can just see all this juiciness. I'll get some on the lid of this one. Oh yeah, they're real soft. The cheese would have been good, but I'm sure this will do the job. Mop up some of the juices with this bun. Wow. Turn my head torch off, it's quite bright. The fire is absolutely roaring, putting out so much heat. And I've got these two absolutely succulent Wagyu beef burgers sitting here. Oh, it's amazing. Okay. Should I let them rest? Probably not. I'm just going to eat them. Oh yeah. They're always so unbelievably tender. And so much flavour. I'm never going to bring D-High again. I don't care how much it weighs to bring a frying pan, plate, burgers and sauce. Nothing can beat these. It's like I've died and gone to heaven. Burger heaven. Camp heaven next to the fire. Look at this. I mean, it's roaring. There's so much heat coming off that. I've still got heaps of wood too, so I'll be able to have a real nice fire in the morning when I cook breakfast. But I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me eat. There's probably a few weirdos that want to watch me eat. But I'm going to indulge in these. Just enjoy every bite. Go slow. And I'll come back to you afterwards. I will have my hot chocolate tonight. I always say that I have one, but I've got lots of wood, so I'll just wait till I'm ready for it. Oh no, the weather's coming in. You can see this spin drift coming across. I think I'm gonna have this hot chocolate. Oh my goodness. Ugh. I'm gonna have this hot chocolate and get into bed, I think. Because this is just, oh no. I'm getting hammered. Far out. Holy cow. Oh man. Right. I've got this deluxe hot chocolate. Not sure if you can even see me because there's just snow spinning around everywhere. It's all blowing off the trees. Oh, that's so nice. Spicy, sweet and rich hot chocolate. Yeah, I just checked the forecast. the weather's obviously, yeah, it's hitting now. I can't stay out in these conditions unless I want to get completely soaked, cold and wet. But it stayed good, at least up until now, which is nice. So that's a win. The camera lens is probably absolutely covered in snow and water, but if you can see me, hello. I'm having a great time in this snowstorm. Far out. Holy. What the heck is going on? Alright guys, I'm quickly going to have this and get into the tent. It's getting out of hand. I've run out of water, so I need to melt some snow. So I have some for the morning, which is quite a pain in the butt. But it's better I do it now. Get some snow in there. Oh, I didn't want to have to do this. I need at least 1 litre of water. This is just the realities of camping in conditions like this. All the water's frozen and all you can do is melt snow. But I just want to get into bed now. Got some Scody water. Should be enough. Alright. Almost ready for the tent tour. Man, when those winds pick up and that snow starts flying around, makes things very, very difficult. Yo, so I'm inside the tent. This is the Nemo Kunai. I'm facing to the door, and this is the widest part at the head end, but I'm actually going to be sleeping with my head at the foot because it's kind of sloping that way, and you never really want to sleep with your head lower than your feet. That's just like a terrible night's sleep. But my down jacket's stored up here in this gear loft, and I got lots of pockets and stuff. But I'll just be able to lie back, fully reclined, in the Big Agnes Cinnabar, this giant beast of a thing. All my gear that I've used on this trip, I'll link into the description of the video, and you can pick it all up. You can go to the gear shop to get it all. It's pretty much a one-stop shop for all this type of stuff. I think pretty much everything I'm using on this trip you can get there. So the key to enjoying these trips and having a good time is making sure you got the right gear. And I'm getting a pretty dialed in setup, so things are going well. But I'm gonna lie down and close up the tent door, and I'll probably come back to you then and I can show you a bit more, but it's great to be in the tent. Whew. Especially to be back in this thing. Everything is closed up in the tent. I'll unzip the great beast of a bag. I don't think it's as cold as it was on my last trip that I used this. So we may overheat. But look at it. Look at all this loft. Oh my goodness. The Big Agnes Cinnabar. I think there's 1.2 kilos of 850 plus full power down in this beast. At least it won't be cold tonight. The worst thing that could happen would be heaps of snow comes and like the tent collapses and the tarp collapses. And I do a Tony, like in his video when his carabiner broke or his buckle, but I brought the tent down, the tarp down quite steep over the tent, so it should be okay. But there is forecast quite a bit of snow to come over the night. But I'm gonna get up super early in the morning and try to get out of here before too much snow comes. But it's been a fantastic camp, and I'd just like to say thank you to everyone if you're still watching, and I really appreciate you taking your time to watch the videos, because it's just cool. It takes a lot of effort and it's nice to see you guys watching. But I think what I'm going to do is just go to sleep and listen to the wind and snow hitting the tent. But it's been a great night, and if something crazy happens, I'll wake up in the night and show you, but hopefully it doesn't. But other than that, it's enough from me. I'll see you guys in the morning. Good night, everyone. Good morning, everybody. I've rotated myself around in the night, so my head is now at the opening of the tent, the way the tent is designed to be. I slept really good, really warm, not any issues with the cold coming in. The pads just comfy, the bags just mega loft. And the snow is falling quite heavily now. I just whack some off the tarp down the foot end of the tent and you can hear it hitting the fly. Hear that sound? So I should probably get up and have a coffee. There's almost no condensation in the tent. I had these little vents partially open, and on that side too. And I had the door, I actually had the door open for a lot of the night. So it's pretty dry inside the tent, even though we're probably almost entirely covered in snow. So I'm gonna get a coffee on, have a coffee in bed, and then I'll probably have to get up. I'm gonna light the fire today, but yeah, I can just hear it, there's lots of snow falling down. Gonna have a Makona this morning. Back to my roots. Gonna have a mocha and a strong cappuccino. Double up. Almost got a boil. I need this coffee. As always, I have to reconstitute my brain's function. I wish the camera didn't condensate. That's like the most difficult and annoying thing to deal with. The lens and the sensor gets all wet. I could try leaving the camera outside overnight, and then it wouldn't warm up, then it probably wouldn't condensate. That might be the way to do it. Has more I can hear the snow falling again. Have to chuck my alpine pants back on. Alright. How are the boots? Not fully frozen. Yeah, the boots are a bit frozen. Oh, there's a bit of snow coming down. In case you guys are wondering, I use an umbrella to keep the camera from getting totally annihilated. Frozen umbrella. These are my gloves. Frozen. It's kind of working. Let me get covered. Oh, alright. Got to get this little fire going. Man, I'm overheating in this down jacket. This Rab 0G, it's a beast. Let's try to dig some of the snow and ash out. Alright, here's the twigs. We're set up. That fire should be going good now. Still pretty early. How much gas do I have? This is my biggest concern. No, that should be enough for another coffee and for crumpets, I think. I might just have to melt some more snow. Yeah. Well, there's a bit of wind coming through. Unfortunately, my crumpets got a bit destroyed when I was transporting them up here, so they're not in perfect form, but they should still taste great. So we'll get those cooking, get all the butter in there. There's a few gusts of wind coming through and it's blowing all the snow off the trees, which is not very pleasant. Butter. I'm highly sophisticated on this camp. You can put these crumpets onto the plate and I can get the other ones cooking. And grab my maple syrup for these ones. 100% pure Canadian goodness. Can't resist myself. Look how the maple syrup just falls into the crumpet, into all the porous little pieces. Oh my god. Right, well, while these ones are cooking, I can indulge in these two. Try not to get my glove all sticky, take it off. Simple, tasty breakfast. Very, very good. I mean, this has been a great camp. Last night got a little bit hectic, but overall, the gear performed really well. The tent's awesome, no condensation in there. It ventilates really well. The tarp is just a workhorse. Big Agnes chair and chair cover, excellent. Jacket, excellent. Sleeping pad and bag. It's all good stuff. So, can't complain with the gear loadout. Working great. Just want to say a special thanks as well to everyone who's signed up to the channel memberships and does super thanks. I don't expect that you guys do it, but it really helps out and I really appreciate it. So you guys know who you are. Thank you very much, really appreciate it, and just helps us continue to make these videos. So good on you, and yeah, thank you very much. I'm gonna continue to indulge in my crumpets and enjoy the fire, and then probably do a quick pack up because I don't want to hang around, and I hope the car can get out, but I'll film some of the walk out and a quick pack down. But there's going to be a pretty nice winter wonderland experience walking across the tops and back into the bush, so that should be pretty cool. And hopefully this camp doesn't turn into a two-nighter and I get stuck, because that would suck. I love crumpets. But I'll come back to you when I'm walking across the tops in the snow, and I'll give you some views of the surrounds. It started snowing pretty heavy again, right in time for pack up. I've taken my down jacket off because it's too warm to move around in, but I don't know. It's quite nice really. I'll finish packing up and the walk out's going to be quite nice in the snow, but the temperature's absolutely just plummeted again. You can see my breath. Better get packing up. Well, made it out of camp. Wasn't too bad of a pack down. There's quite a bit of snow. It's pretty deep. And it's just an absolutely fantastic morning. Whoa, there's big drifts. Look at this. So I've got to make my way down into these clouds out over there. And I don't know if I'll be able to get the car out because I have to drive up to about 1,050 meters and I don't have any snow chains. So that's going to be fun. But first we'll just get down to the car park and assess the situation. There's a pretty cold breeze, so I better get moving. Taking my rain jacket off because it's just too hot to walk in. But I'll get back onto the track, I'll come back to you and I'll show you some of the winter wonderland. It was rather incredible. Swapped over to the GoPro just so I could get some more stable footage when I'm walking. But man, it's hard work walking on the snow. Some snowshoes would be good for this. But I'm quite concerned for the snow on the road. There's quite a bit of build up, and I think it was supposed to come down to 700 meters. Look at these big chunks on the trees. Oh well, I did bring extra food, so I can stay another night if I have to. But it probably won't melt overnight either. Let's look at this. It's an amazing experience. Well, the mountains are covered behind me. Look at that. Right, I'll bring you back when I'm in the trees and we'll see what the situation is in the winter wonderland. It's amazing. There was hardly any, whoa! There was hardly any wind, so look at the trees. It just dumped on them. Usually it'd be windy when it snows like this and it just blows it all off. Look at that. And look at this. Big chunks. I've made it into the enchanted forest. This is the best that I've seen it. Look at this. Completely still. Man. I mean, the giant, whoa. Look at these giant clumps of snow on the trees. That's impressive. Anyway, I'm gonna make my way down. Hopefully the car's alright. I'll come back to you when I'm at the car and we'll see if we can get out of here. This is just special though. Special to be out for another dump. Wow. I'll see you down at the car. Made it down to the car. As you can see, she's well encrusted. I've never seen this much snow down at this car park before. Whoa, man. Icy. This is cold on my hands. Probably should have put my gloves on. Alright, I'm gonna get packed down and in the car and I'll film some of the drive. It should be quite nice and quite exciting. I've never driven in this much snow before with this car, so it'll be a good test of the Outback's performance. road looks okay so far, but I've got to go up this hill and up to about 1,000 meters. But it's not super cold and the sun's shining on the road already, so I think I should be okay. That's quite exciting, little mission out. I'll come back to you when I'm coming up the steep hill and we'll see how much snow's on the road. Snowy. I think we're going to make it. Not much grip. Traction control's going. Car seems to be doing pretty good. I'll get out and I'll check how deep the snow actually is up here. But handled that like a champ. Nice. Made it to the top. We'll get out of the car and we'll see how deep it is. Oh yeah, it's not that deep. You can see it's only what, 5 centimeters or something. Seems to get out all good. Anyway everyone, that's the video. Hope you enjoyed it. It was a great camp. Hopefully got some good footage. And just, you know, made it out for another dump. So it's enough from me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. But have a lovely week, and bye bye for now.